Normally I would have this video on my other channel, but every now and then I have to shield my other channel, so I'm giving you a sneak peek on what it's like to be subscribed there. So link is in the comment section. Feel free to click on it if you want to go over there, because you're missing half of my work. But yeah, wedding dresses, wow, they look great in pictures, don't they? They look great in anime. Let me tell you about the reality. Did you know that you will never see a church more clean than the day your wife walks down the altar? I swear to God, it's like a living Roomba. I mean, the Roombas don't do such a good job. Maybe it's the static electricity. I don't know what it is, but it causes a floor so clean that you can lick off of it. Like, Jesus Christ would be happy walking barefoot in that church after my wife went down the aisle. I have 5 cats right now, and there's a lot of kitty litter. There's even some poop in the room where the cats are situated. I was asking my wife this morning, hey, can you put down the wedding dress and walk a little bit around the room? I'm not asking for much, okay? It's just a couple of circling down the room, and it's going to be fine. I mean, that thing just collects every single speck of dust, all the dirt. If I were to get my wife to walk down the city, it would be the most spotless city in Europe. I'm not kidding, okay? I think the next Roomba that's going to come up is probably going to have a wedding gown, because those things, like, they do magic. Speaking of collecting everything, do you know that if the woman is silly enough to walk on grass, it's going to gather up all the creepy crawlies that are in the ground? I mean, it's almost like a suction cup. It brings things from the earth. All the children of the earth are going to find themselves into the death trap that is the wedding gown. Again, maybe it's the static electricity, or maybe it's that insects are attracted to white. But there is an entire ecosystem inside there. All the flies, all the bugs, all of the creepy crawlies and the spiders, they find their ways to get trapped between the folds. So the inner folds and the outer folds is where the death camp is for the insects. The problem is that you get to see them. And everyone gets to see, the beautiful dress that the wife probably spent thousands of dollars on, now being covered and looking like an ant farm that's got, like visible windows in front and in the back. I'm not kidding. It happens to every woman. Like, I asked this, all right? Unless your wedding is in the winter or the autumn where all the insects are sleeping and hibernating, you're going to have this big issue. And you're probably going to step on the grass anyway. You're stepping on the grass if you have to do the photo shoot, and you're stepping on the grass if you have like a restaurant and you organize the dinner outside, because maybe some people don't have the COVID vaccine or whatnot, so you can't have it inside. So you decided to do it outside. And that's a big problem. Maybe the photographers aren't going to catch that. Maybe they can do some Photoshop magic. But get ready to have your dress like an entire ecosystem. And speaking of which, do you know that the woman has to wear like this weird skeleton which is made out of silicone before putting on the dress? Yeah, it's called a crinoline. A crinoline. It looks scary as fuck. Like, I screamed. I legitimately screamed when I walked on my wife as she was getting dressed. Like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? And apparently that is supposed to hold the rest of the dress to flow beautifully. But again, it looks like an ecosystem. There can be parrots flying in there for all I know. It looks horrible. All right, so now the question starts being, it's like, how are you going to do pictures with her? Because now that you understand the situation, how are you going to hug her for a picture? It takes skill, I'm telling you that. Like, you need to be plastic, man. You need to figure out ways in order to loop yourself around the woman without actually destroying this fashion skeleton that she is wearing. Every second, you need to be hyper aware that you are sitting next to this abomination, because if you step improperly, like if one wrong step, and it's going to expose her asshole for all the guests to see. And by the way, there's a lot of moving that the husband has to do around the wife. I mean, there's just so much moving. Everyone wants to take a picture with you. It's like you're going to feel like a monkey, that everyone is like, oh, can I take a picture with the monkey? And you're going to smile and say, yeah, sure. Hopefully you're not black, because I'm not trying to be racist with this joke. It's literally how I felt. I'm white, by the way. It's not race. No racism. No racism. YouTube censors. Calm down. No racism. Yeah, like moving around the bride is just the most difficult thing that you can ever. By the end of the day, you kind of get it, but by the end of the day, the wedding is over. So there's that. Another interesting things, right? And this is a legit question. If you're a woman and you want to go with the wedding dress option, how the fuck are you supposed to pee? I mean, maybe a catheter, I guess. You know, like put one in your pee hole, just stuck it in, so that you can pee in a bottle. Because I personally don't know how you figure. Like, think about it. You're supposed to spend an entire day. You're putting this thing on since morning, and you're wearing it the entire night. And you're supposed to also be partying. So, ladies, just trust me on this one. You don't want to touch any liquid the entire day. Do not touch liquids unless you have a hemodialysis under that dress. And I'm telling you, like, maybe you can. Maybe it can fit. Like, it can definitely fit. Because look at the size of that thing. So if you have a hemodialysis, then maybe yes. But other than that, just stay away from any liquid whatsoever. Speaking of, like, someone actually said, well, she can use a chamber pot. And I'm like, how the fuck? Like, I understand that if you're a woman, all right, maybe you can aim in a direction and like you can go over the chamber pot and try figuring it out, like using the sonar. You can like, if the liquid touches metal, then it's the right place. But I honestly doubt that even Luke Skywalker using the Force would be able to take a piss in this abomination. It's next to impossible. So yeah, don't touch any liquid, don't touch any food. Pretend you're going for surgery. Literally the same idea. It's just don't eat anything during the day or during the night. I know it's your wedding and there's probably a lot of good stuff to eat. Don't touch them. Don't touch them because you're going to have a bad day. There's no way of taking this thing off. And of course, you have to. Oh wait. Maybe with the simp, like Luke Skywalker, the simp, going with the chamber pot under the thing. But I think it would feel like a tropical forest. Especially if she didn't shave her bush. That's maybe why the Australians call it bushwhacking, huh? My god. Yeah, Luke Skywalker would probably be able to do it using the Force. Going under the dress with the chamber pot would be able to help the wife. So unless you have access to Luke Skywalker, don't touch anything. Don't touch food, don't touch drink, don't just... Alright, finally, and this is the most important, this is the price. Alright? Like, you're probably going to pay over $1,000 for this shit, which you only wear once. And what I've said are only half of the negatives. Like, there's a lot more, but I'm allowing you to discover them. I don't want you to give you all the spoilers. I don't want to give you all the plot twists. Like, you're going to enjoy it on your wedding. My advice, okay, if I were to redo the wedding, which, by the way, I definitely enjoyed the experience of getting married. But if I were to redo it, and this is something that my wife agrees as well, we would probably go with a normal dress. Just something that you wear on a normal party, you know, maybe some fancy dress, sure. But I wouldn't get the classic wedding thing. It looks great in the pictures. You look great with the guests if they don't notice the bugs and the creepy crawlies. But it's a chore for the woman. It's pain. It literally is. I mean, I wouldn't inflict this on a person. If you asked me, like, V, can you make up a curse for this individual? Like, I really hate them. I would be like, may they wear a wedding dress for an entire day at a party. Right? That would be the perfect curse. And it would sound awesome, but trust me, it's not. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and hopefully you enjoyed this rant. Don't forget to subscribe to the other channel, which I'm promoting right now. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, then please consider sharing it around. You're going to upset the YouTube algorithm. They don't want my channel to be shared around. They don't like that. So if you share it on your social media, then I guess we can go around the algorithm. Anyway, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.